Hey, welcome to the Plant-Based Scratch Kitchen and the Masa Harina Flatbread. This recipe is inspired by the ancient Pueblo Indians. Now, you either need a high-clearance four-wheel drive vehicle or a mountain bike to reach these ruins. It took us hours and hours of riding. We ended up camping overnight and then hiking down into the canyon in the morning and then up the other side to reach the ruins. Archaeologists estimate these ruins were abandoned 800 to 1,000 years ago. But what's incredible is in how good of condition the ruins still are. What's also incredible is the granary contained cobs of corn, which were the inspiration for this recipe. Now, let's just get back in the kitchen and I'm going to show you how to put this all together. So here's my mise en place, all my ingredients. Basically I have Masa Harina corn flour, which is just corn flour that's been processed with lime juice. I have some salt that has natural minerals in it still, and some water, a mixing bowl, a mixing spoon, and a measuring cup. So here's my ingredients: 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of warm water, and a ½ teaspoon of salt. So let's just add the flour and salt, give it a little stir, and then we're going to slowly add the water. You don't want to dump it in all at once, but just slowly add it as you stir until you get a nice firm dough ball. And add a little more water as needed. Once you get your dough ball, just shape it, and then we're going to let it rest. Because there's no gluten in this flour, you don't really need to work the dough to activate the gluten. We're just going to let it rest for about an hour. However, let's cover it with a cloth, a moist cloth, and that just helps with the resting period. All right, now it's ready. And you'll notice that it has a little spring to it, even though there's no gluten to it, and that's really the effect of letting it rest for an hour. With a cutting board and a rolling pin and a knife, we're just going to divide it into 6. Now, if you wanted to have a dozen tortillas, then you would double the recipe, but this recipe of 1 cup of water gives you basically 6 tortillas. So just shape them in your hand and set them aside. Then use the palm of your hand, flatten them, and then using your rolling pin, you can roll out your tortilla into the shape that you want. If you have a tortilla maker, you could use it at this time as well. Then we're just going to put it into a heated skillet. There's no oil required, and just have it on for about 1.5 minutes each side until it starts to brown, as you can see here. This is ready to enjoy. Now, the beauty of this recipe is you can eat these tortillas as sweet or savory. Here I have some vegan butter with a little bit of apricot jam, and I really enjoy eating these this way. And I'm just going to tear a little piece off, and you can just see how chewy this is, and it is so delicious. The other way to eat this meal is as the 3 sisters with corn, beans, and squash. This is how the ancient Pueblans would have eaten this, and you can have this meal for less than $3.50. Hey, thanks so much for watching. For more from the Teaching Kitchen, go to speakingwellness.com.